I'm in Marian's cottage here, and Marian, you're a weaver, aren't you? So can you tell us about what you do here?
Well, we work by the light of day. We have no extra lighting during the day. We just depend on the door and the window. We dye our own wool.
And where do you get the wool from?
We spin our own wool. We pluck it from our sheep here. We have soy sheep and we have blackface sheep. So mostly it's blanket wool, which is very good for plaids in the 1700s because it's thicker.
Yeah.
And because it was a mini ice age back then, they needed warmer clothing, you know. So we spin it, we dye it, we weave it, we walk it to shrink it.
And what does that mean, walk it?
Walk it means you're shrinking it to its proper size after weaving. Because once it's warped and you weave it, it does go, well, you're pulling it and stretching it wide to keep it past the reeds because we don't have any stretchers.
Okay.
To keep it like this, we have to do it ourselves. So once it comes off, it's loose.
Yeah.
So it's got to be shrunk.
Okay.
So it's called walking the cloth.
Right. And what kinds of things do you use to dye the cloth?
We use all kinds of things. We use ragwort and nettles and lichens. We use peat soot, peat ash. We grind pine cones. Anything we can find, really.
Yeah. And they're all, I mean, so it's all from natural things that you find around where you live?
Yes. And it would be all different colours of greens and yellows and natural browns and beige and white and grey. Although you get a nice red from berries, once it's boiled in urine it comes out a grey colour.
Oh wow.
Not red or pink.
And it's boiled in?
Men's urine.
Wow, why is that?
Well, if you're boiling in white wool, the urine takes the oil from it. Okay. And then when you boil it again with your lichens all together with the wool, it fixes the dye.
Yeah. Wow.
Then once it's woven, you take it off and you wash it again in warm urine. And the ladies of the township would maybe take a door off the house and lay it flat, and they would walk it with their feet or their hands and sing songs. And the amount of time it takes to shrink it is not time, it's songs, as many songs as you sing.
Wow, that's incredible. And you obviously work in this house. Do you also live here as well?
Yes. I live here with maybe another 10 or 15 people.
Wow.
Big families, cousins, brothers, sisters, mums, dads.
Wow. And how many of you kind of sleep in one place together? Is that done for warmth?
Well, I have turf beds in here, so they can sleep 8 adults sitting propped up.
Okay.
So probably whole family in the 2 beds. Because of winter time from the end of October to maybe the 1st of May, people would be indoors with all the windows and doors shut. But I'm the only house with a window. So they would be shut and only opened for light during the day, even in winter.
Yeah, wow.
So the peat smoke gives off a thick, black, sticky tar, and it stuck to your skin and made you look really dark.
Yeah.
And it stuck to your clothes, it was in your food, and it stuck to your lungs.
Oh, goodness. What did that cause?
All sorts of problems. You know, it gave you cancers, black lung, respiratory problems, and also we milk all our goats and sheep, and the milk's not boiled, so we also have TB and all sorts of problems.
And what would you say is the most difficult part of your lifestyle here?
The cold and the hunger. There's never enough food to go around. Good harvests, it's wonderful. Bad harvests, it's terrible.
What sort of clothes would you wear to keep yourselves warm, and would you ever change those clothes?
Well, for the women, they would wear a tunic and what we call a drugged skirt. A drugged skirt is 80% wool and 20% linen to make it harder wearing. And we would have a plaid for summertime and an arisade for wintertime. This is my coat here. It's called an arisade.
And what's an arisade?
An arisade is a thick woolen plaid that you put over your head, you belt it on, and you put it on under your chin with a brooch, so you have a hood, you could lift it up and down, and it was long. And you could lift the sides up and tuck it in and use it as pockets so you can walk in the weather.
And how often do you change your clothes?
I wouldn't change my clothes, no. Because I'm quite poor, I had no shoes or underwear, and my clothes, I would never dream of washing them or changing them because I didn't have another set.
And did people wash in general? Did people take baths or
No.
wash in the river or?
No.
Not at all?
No. If the boys went guddling for fish, yes, they would get a wash that way. If someone fell in the burn, yes, but they didn't deliberately go out to wash. No, not in 1700.
Well, Meriam, thank you for talking to us, and I'll let you get back to your work there. Thank you.
I should leave.
Thank you.
Tap a love.